I have to tell you, I spent a lot of time trying to memorize my speech, but I realized this morning it ain't happening today. First, let me thank you all for giving me the opportunity to tell you a bit about myself today. As you know, the title of my speech is, "Who is this trouble guy anyway?" When I came up with this title over a month ago, I had decided I was going to tell you about all the times that people get my name wrong. After all, Trouble, it's a short name, only 5 letters. How hard can it be? I had planned to go into detail about all the times I've been called Trouble, or Treble, or Troll, or Truby, or how many times I've been asked about that one Star Trek episode. You know the one, The Trouble with Troubles. Then I was going to go into this big dramatic spiel about how many times I've had to spell my name. Yes, that's T as in Tom, R, U, B as in boy, L. And then there's that pregnant pause, as the person at the other end of the line is waiting for me to say E. Because we all know that if the long U sound is in the word, it has to end with the letter E, right? Finally, I was going to end my speech with a horrible Rodney Dangerfield impersonation. I tell you, I get no respect at all. Even Siri can't get my name right. Mark Trouble. But then I remembered that Siri gets everything wrong anyway, so I guess that's okay. Well, all of this makes for a great anecdote, but when I was preparing my speech, I decided I'd stick to the traditions of the icebreaker and tell you about me, Mark Allen Trouble. Okay, I gotta refer to my notes here, sorry. Well, that's when I ran into my next issue. I could tell you that I'm the middle child of 3 siblings, that I grew up in Forest Park, Ohio, a suburb of Cincinnati, in 1964. I could talk about my, whoops, I'm ahead of myself here. I could talk about my father, who died when I was 3 years old, about how my mother had to move 2 young boys and an entire household from Bahrain back to the United States, just after losing her husband. I could talk about my brother, who I haven't said more than a dozen words to in 5 years, or about my first kiss with Nancy Swisshelm when I was 6. I can't think of this word. In the playground of my elementary school, Beechwoods. I could describe all these little details about my life, and that's what they are, just little tiny details. After all, everybody has a backstory. However, how do I really tell you who Mark Trouble is? I guess there's no other way to do it than to do it straight, so here we go. I'm an overweight 51-year-old man with hypertension and high cholesterol. I have a hip replacement. I need another one. My hair is slowly going away. And my eyesight gets worse every year. Wow, that's really depressing. Let me try that again. I am the loving husband of my loving wife, Beth, for almost 29 years. Though she hates it when I say it, I attribute my successful marriage to 4 tiny little words. Happy wife, happy life. I can't tell you how many times that tiny little phrase has saved my back bacon. I hate vegetables. Cauliflower, green beans, Brussels sprouts, insert vegetable name here. I hate them all. I am a geek in almost every sense of the word. Fantasy, science fiction, superheroes, Dungeons and Dragons big time, table games, card games, you name it, I can probably grok it. That's right, I said grok with a K. My little tribute to the dean himself, Robert Hyman, may he rest in peace. I love children, as long as I can give them back to their parents when I'm done playing with them. Finally, there's disc golf, or frisbee golf as some of you know it. I have to say I don't really like talking about it very much anymore. I played that game for 30 years, I loved it, but my hips blew out and I'm done. However, no speech about me would be complete if I didn't mention it. I've played probably close to 100 courses in 8 states, 9 countries, and 2 continents. I've had the opportunity to play in 2 European and 2 World Championships. To know the disc golfer in me is probably the closest you'll ever get to really, really knowing me. Yeah, as you can tell, I love disc golf. Now, when I sat down with my Toastmasters mentor, Sue Blue, she told me I needed to find a way to tie the end of my speech back to the beginning. Well, I'm an Aquarius, and sometimes we just have to do things our own way. So, thus, I'll end this simply. I am Mark Trouble, or Treble, or Troll, or Truby, or maybe even Trouble. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for 2 great